Alright, welcome back to Death by Dragons. I am Steve, I'm back with Russ.
Alright, yeah.
Thanks for coming. We're in my own house. I'm so excited. It's like a lifelong dream to have someone come to my house. Not like to have anyone come to my like to have someone play King's.
In English.
Yeah, anyway, it's great. We're going to play my own house, which is great on my shonky terrain. So last time, you'll remember, we played, I was playing my Superstars elf list, and you tabled me.
I had heard.
Yeah, you utterly destroyed me. So we're probably going to repeat that performance today because what are we doing?
Goblins.
Goblins. And how many drops you got?
17 or 19 or something.
I see you had 26.
I was joking.
And now I look stupid on camera and I've recorded it. That's just great. Cool. So I'm playing rats. I'm trying out my Clash of Kings list. You go to Clash of Kings?
Don't think so.
Shambles. So we're going to give that a go. Let's have a look at Flipkart. Let's have a look at the army lists.
Alright, now I've worked out how to speak English. Let's have a look at my Ratkin list. So, this is possibly my Clash of Kings list. I haven't decided yet, but it might be. We'll see how we go. So I started with 3 regiments of tunnel slaves, and one of them's got the Warbow of Carver, which you can immediately forget because I did. We have 2 hordes of shock troops. One has sharpness, one has the Caterpillar potion for Pathfinder, and a horde of blight with Brewer's strength. We have 3 troops of claw shots, 3 weapon teams with piercing, a warlock who has Bane Chant and the Inspiring Talisman to go with his natural lightning bolt. We have a swarm choir, it's easy for you to say, a swarm crier with the diadem of Dragonkind, and a demon spawn with flying speed 10. So I have noticed more and more as version 2 kind of draws to a close, people are, we tend to go Ratkin players for pretty much one type of list. There are still some outliers, but I have seen again and again a list very like this. And seemingly the only difference is whether how many slaves they take, whether you take the demon spawn or an extra horde. But it seems we're kind of nearing what, I want to say it's an optimal list, because when I play it's definitely not optimal. But there seems to be a way to play. So I would expect that to change a lot in version 3, but I guess we'll have to see. This was my list, and let's have a look at Russ's Goblins. So check out this image, I love it. Many thanks to Rob Berman from Mantic for providing it to me. Really nice little image, there you go. I don't know where it's from. Maybe it's from the new book, I want to say. I'm just guessing. Anyway, so he had 2 hordes of rabble, and 2 hordes of spitters, and 2 troops of Morbeast pack. I realise I've not put the irregular star on the ones that are regular on this, so they are irregular. 4 regiments of Fleabag Rider SNIFFS. You can very much see how this list is going, right? We had a horde of Fleabag Chariots with the Caterpillar Potion, 3 War Trombones, a King on Chariot, a Flaggit who had the Boomstick, which you can also forget about because Russell did for the whole game, and then 3 Whizzes. So one of them is like a vanilla Whiz, one has the Inspiring Talisman, and one has got Blizzard. So it is a shooting spam list with hundreds of shots. I quite like the list. There's a couple of things that probably I would change. Having seen lists like Adam Padley's list, the Whizzes, I can't understand a list like this without Blood Boil. And I think Blood Boil is a much better investment than either Caterpillar or the Boomstick. Blood Boil is just absolutely deadly. Also, Alchemist Curse is worth investing in. If you have 3 of those, so Blizzard, Alchemist Curse, and Blood Boil on your Whizzes, it's very, very painful because they're really sneaky and hard to get around. And to add to the Trombones, devastating. I'd probably also go for the Diadem over the Boomstick if I was going to go that way. But I'm not a Goblin player, although I have played many Goblins of late. So this is Russ's list. So let's take a look at the terrain. So this is the terrain. This is my terrain. Oh, it's so bad. I'll talk you through it a bit since I've spent a reasonable amount of time. So we start off with 2 height 2 hills. Right. So the left hill is a hill that I made. And I followed a terrain tutor's tutorial. It's the first piece of terrain I ever made. And I've never used it. So I'm like, yes, we're going to put it on the board, despite the fact that it's really high. It's actually quite unsuitable for a Kings of War player because it's very hard to balance units on it, as you will see. The other one I bought, so I think it's a GW hill. So 2 height 2 hills, 2 height 4 forests. The one on the left, annoyingly, the trees don't even come off. The one on the right, they do, but I made the base incredibly hurriedly. But luckily, there won't be too many close-up shots of that, I hope. 2 height 4 houses. Now, The height 4 house, top left, the little one, I made when I was like 13 years old. I think it was from like a White Dwarf tutorial, and it's still good. So I'm really proud of that. And the one on the right is from a Warbases kit. It's like a Chinese historical house, and it's actually, I like it a lot. I think it's really, really nice. I'm quite proud of that. Although I did have to paint individually all of those roof tiles, which was rather painful. So there you go. Stop wittering. 2 height 4 houses, a height 0 piece of terrain, which is actually a piece of AstroTurf, which was a free sample. There you go. And then 3 height 1 obstacles, which I didn't make, so someone else made those or bought them, whatever. So that is the terrain. The scenario is raise. So raise is a scenario where you place 3 tokens in your opponent's half of the board, 6 inches from the center line. If you land on them from the end of turn 2, so in your turn 2, if you control one of those, you can take it off the board and score a point. So these are the 3 tokens that Russell placed. These are the 3 tokens that I placed. And there is a further objective in the center here, which is worth an additional 1 point if you control it at the end of the game. So maximum 4 points. So that is our scenario, our terrain. Let's go on to deployment.
Okay, sir, let's go through your hideous army. So,
Shooters, BSB, SNIFFS.
oh, that's just normal BSB, yeah?
Yeah.
SNIFFS.
With some orcs in disguise at the back.
SNIFFS, more SNIFFS.
More beasts.
More beasts.
Rabble. Generic wizard.
Hang on, whoa. Okay.
So generic wizard with inspiring talisman.
Okay.
More beast troop. All the shooters. Trombone.
Yeah.
Blizzard wizard.
Yeah.
Horde of chariots.
Yeah.
SNIFFS, king on chariot. There you go. Nice and fluffy.
A fluffy 2,000 point goblin hideous shooting list. Come on, version 3. Make my life happy. Alright, and a little tremulously, we have the demon. That's a horde of shock troops with Pathfinder. Regiment of slaves. That is a solitary claw shot, which is right opposite some chariots, which I'm really regretting now, but there you go. That is a horde of blight with weapon team. Standard bearer with diadem. 2 more claw shots. Slaves, shot troop with sharpness. And that is 2,000 points of rats.
Okay, on to turn 1. So Russell won the roll for turn 1 and made me go first because he wants to get a turn of shooting in if he can. So this is my turn 1. So when you're facing a list like this, what you want to do is maximize every bit of cover you can as far as you can. So on the left, if I was going to use this cover, I would be hanging back for far too long. And something I've learned is that if you hang back far too long, when there's this much concentrated shooting, you can't get across the board. So on the left, I want to get as aggressive as possible and just cane forward. So both slave regiments forward. I don't care about them. I want them to die. I don't want them to be wavered. I want them to get smashed, so that I can then power through with the shock troops, who can, they're a 2022, and they're inspired by the warlocks, so they can survive a little bit longer. So the shock troops move up behind them, and the warlocks there as well. So that gives me the chance he will shoot off my slaves rather than the shock troops, who will have cover. And then I can get my shock troops forward. There's a horrible obstacle in the way, but these are shock troops with sharpness, and the whole point of me giving them sharpness is that they can charge over obstacles and still hit on 4s. So the warlock's there behind them. I couldn't get him onto the hill to do any lightning bolting in turn 1, so he is behind them. I figured being inspiring at this point was probably more important than getting him anywhere he could shoot anything, because pretty much the only thing he can see is the spitters. So the claw shots stay where they are because they've got reload. And then the Blight move forward 6 into this field. They are now stealthy and in cover, so shooting them is not going to do anything. So behind them, pretty much blocks from. Well, his chariots can shoot them, but they again have cover, so they shoot on 6s. So I'm not overly worried. So my little shooting battery there is fine. The claw shots stay where they are. Demon jumps forward. I've actually mispositioned him here. He's supposed to be facing forward, but I couldn't see properly because I can't get around the side of the table. So you'll see me shonkily adjust that later to Russell's great complaint. And then these guys move up into the woods as well. So again, we're moving 6, I think. Yeah, it's just 6 because we're into cover. Why haven't I moved them fully forward then? It's a great question. Inquiring minds want to know. Anyway, I moved them to where they are. I think just to try and make use of that cover as long as possible. So the shock troops have got Pathfinder. He's obviously got 2 regiments of SNIFFS and a Warlord King on Chariot that's going to pop around the side of that building. So I wanted the demon to be able to see there so that he can offer some threat. Apart from that, that was my turn 1. So let's take a look at what I managed to do with any shooting that I've got.
Yeah. Right. I haven't actually decided what to shoot. Are these more beasts height 1, yeah?
I think so.
Or height 2?
Without checking my phone.
Let me check. I've got the turn dice now. It's turn 5 already. Jeez. Time does go on, doesn't it?
Right.
Got some live list checking here. More beast pack.
Are they cavalry?
Cavalry, height 2.
So they're height 2, so you can shoot them.
If I can see them in that cover. I can't see those ones without cover, but I can see those ones pretty easily.
What do you want to shoot them for?
Honestly, don't know what else to do. Alright, so 2 claw shots on a more beast with cover.
Yeah.
So 10 on 5s. Piercing 2, so 2s. 5s and 2s. That's enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2s. 3 wounds. There you are.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we found a battle report, so we're a bit rusty. Third one, we'll shoot. I literally can't see anything because I've totally misplaced him like an absolute lunatic. I guess we'll shoot your chariots because that's all I can see.
Okie dokie.
So on 4s and 2s. 3, 2s, 3 wounds. There you go.
Yeah, 3 wounds.
We will lightning bolt trombone, the left one with the demon.
Okay.
So 4 because he's height 4. Actually, whichever one I can see. That one. So 4s and what did I say? 4.
4.
So 4s and 3s. Nice. Oh, that's nice. 2.
Okay, 2.
There you go. And everyone else has moved. Alright, so nerve on more beasts.
Low. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll check
Wavered,
that in a
I think,
second.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep, wavered.
Trombone's 8, 10, I think.
So that's a 7, 9,
8, 9.
wavered.
Wavered, again, it's alive, I'll take that.
Chariots.
14, 16,
Little
probably.
dice rather than my face, eh?
Oh yeah, just is so beautiful.
Thank you, I am beautiful.
They want to see you.
So 19 and 12, they're okay, right?
Yeah, so, yeah, they're okay.
Alright, so on to your turn.
All right, turn 1 for the Goblins. So not a lot of movement happens. So the Spitters don't move on the left, but both regiments of SNIFFS moved around because obviously they want to start shooting me. So moved in turn because they're super nimble. These guys just moved back a little bit. So I think he wanted to get them. I mean, they're rabble, but he wanted to get them out of charge range of my slaves, which I was kind of like, okay, but you know, A, yellow belly, and B, why are you worried about a slave unit charging rabble? But there you go, that's just me. These ones move forward, so these are out of charge range. I think the wizard behind them position themselves forward as well. I've not put the arrow, but that's the inspiring wizard and the normal wizard have just moved up behind them. He's actually left a gap here from that wizard. So you know, this gap here, I think, to lightning bolt through, but it means I can actually shoot him, which is good for me. All this stuff here didn't move. In fact, the whole units here didn't move. So the Moorbeast pack here and this trombone are wavered. The others here haven't moved forward because he wanted to keep the Spitters there because they can still shoot over the hill at my demon, who's in cover. However, on the right-hand side, the Goblin King moved across, and both of these regiments SNIFFS also moved across. So, what he's looking here, he moved his full movement, and he couldn't see my demon. So the only thing he can see, I think, is this unit here. And I think he was assuming, but I think, bear in mind, the demon is supposed to be flat, and that's possibly my mistake. But I think I've got a line of sight to the corner of his unit, so we'll see if that comes off. But that was the total of his movement. So let's take a look at what the first round of Goblin shooting does.
Right, we'll try some shooting.
Okay.
Basically, just going to come down to rolling 5s and 6s, isn't it?
Yep, mostly 7s.
So 14 shots, 20 dice to.
So it's on him, yeah.
Yeah, this is on the big rat guy, so it's going to be 6s.
Yep.
That's 6. That's 6. That's a 6. We've got a couple.
Yep. He's defense 5.
2.
2. Not a good start for me.
The next one can't see him.
But they can see the shock troops.
Shock troops behind, so I'm guessing that's also going to be 6s because they're in the wood.
Yeah. Cover.
Couple, not a couple, just the one.
1 6.
Better than
What
none.
I'd like to see.
Doesn't wound.
3.
Right.
Sorry.
16, so grab 2 more. This is the chariots on it.
On the same guy?
Back on the dragon.
So they didn't move, did they?
No.
So 6s.
2 hits. And it'd be nice to get one more, hopefully. One more.
See, people are like, oh, it's only like, he's only got 2 hits, but actually, over a battle, what you end up with is a pretty dead dragon. So 3. The dragon? Demon.
Shooters on the dragon.
6s. Was it a move? They didn't move, did they?
Didn't move, no. Because you were nice enough to put them in range.
You're welcome. I'm incompetent. That's a lot. 6, that's 4. 5s. None.
None. That's a bummer. Okay, running out shooting now. We've got a blizzard wizard.
Yep. So that doesn't take cover. But you've missed twice. This is why Blizzard is terrible, I've told you.
Rubbish. Can't shoot, can't shoot. So 2 wizards here.
Yep. Lightning bolts.
I'm going to do lightning bolts.
On what?
On the. Actually, I doubt they're in range of him. They're miles out, so they'll just shoot this unit in front of them.
Slaves.
So they're on a hill.
So they're only height. That makes them height 3, doesn't it? So it's still cover from one of them, wouldn't it?
5s and 6s.
Oh, is that what you rolled?
Yeah.
God.
Probably 2s.
Defense 2, yeah. 3.
3 wounds.
On the slaves. I've got little places to put it on the slaves. So exciting. For me.
And then these are SNIFFS. So there's 20 dice. Take 6 out. 2, 4, 6.
Absolutely no cover there.
5s. Not very good.
That's a terrible roll. That is appalling.
None.
1.
Oh, there is one.
Wounds.
Just about
Oh,
gets
same target, yeah?
Same target. Next unit.
That was appalling. Same target?
Same target. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice. 4, 3.
3 wounds.
So they are up to 7, which is enough to kill them.
And then Last one, over here, all my dice, on 5s, and I'll pick on the unit next to it.
Okay. Another one there.
Oh yeah, hiding. Right, and that's going to be 2s again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No,
5,
that was a
sorry,
1.
that was a 1.
5 on this unit of slaves. Oh no, my slaves!
So start this end.
They are 13, 15 at the minute.
6.
6 and 5 is 11, they're fine.
Next one across. 10.
10 and 7 is 17, they're very dead, go again, because they're inspiring.
7.
And 7 is
7,
14, and they're... Hang on, I can't remember. They're normally a 12, 14. Hang on, I've got a sheet somewhere. Hold on. I should really know this, I literally just played a whole tournament with them. Slave regiment, 12, 14, they're 13, 15, so 14 they're wavered.
So wavered, and then double 6 we're looking for on your dragon.
And you have not rolled it.
8. Nah, he's fine.
Alright.
No, that was rubbish.
Aww.
And we're on to turn 2 for the rats. So, continuing my get in their face as quickly as possible strategy on the left, which might not work. These slaves just shoved forward. They're already on 5 wounds. For slaves, that's like a death sentence, so I just need to give him something to shoot that's not my shock troops. So I'm like, fine, shoot this slave unit or the other one, I don't care. Because that slave unit, the second slave unit, was wavered on 7 wounds, I jumped my shock troops over them. So I went at the double, as far forward as I could, so as soon as I hit that obstacle, that wall, I've stopped. And this time I've moved, so moved the warlock up, so he's still inspiring the shock troops and those slaves, but he can lightning bolt from his position of superiority onto the wizards, or possibly the Maw-beast, whatever I feel like. Claw shots don't move, and that's just where they stay for the whole game, I think, pretty much. Let's see. So these blight then move forward. I intended to get them past the piece of terrain, but I don't think I did. I think they were on the edge of the terrain, which is rubbish, but there you go. And the little shooting battery staying behind us. They're all now in cover, which is lovely. And then, so this is where my demon could see the corner of his unit. So he kind of assumed that I couldn't, but don't forget, line of sight is drawn from the leader point, so I could see and he couldn't. So I went into that unit of SNIFFS. And then these 2 guys move forward. So again, I'm screening the shock troopers to get them into that kind of that sensor shooting battery. I know I've got the SNIFFS on the right hand side, but actually I'm not wildly worried about them. They'll take a few turns to take the dragon off, by which point I should be into his main block of units, and I'm close to that center point. Yeah, so let's see how that goes. That is the end of my turn 2, so let's take a look at it.
Turn 2, hopefully we'll get some shots of the dice this turn. If I know I'm beautiful. Right, so what we're doing, we're going to lightning bolt your inspiring whiz right here.
Okay.
5 from this dude on 4s, I think. Because I'm height. What's height heals? 2.
Yeah.
So on 5s then, isn't it? Because you've still got cover.
Cover. Individual, is that a thing against?
Not from no. So actually, let's do your other whiz. So he hasn't got cover.
Okay.
Is that exceptional base size rule, that one?
Yeah, that is the bases that I had on my desk when I glued them onto them.
Did you say he's got cover or no cover?
It's up to you, mate.
It's up to me.
Yeah.
No cover then.
I'll let you pick. I can blame it on losing afterwards.
Yeah, fine. I think he's got cover, but I'll shoot the one without cover.
Okie doke.
Even though he's inspiring, because. All right, shoot inspiring on 5s. Here we go. Loads of 5s, or 1 5. 3s. 1 damage on your inspiring whiz.
Oh, I've got my dice out this time.
Oh right, I've got these guys. Okay, so I guess we will shoot. Shoot one at a time then. So these ones are wavered already. Alright, so we'll shoot the left-hand one on the wavered guys. Oh, actually, I think I can see your non. So it's. I can see your. He would get cover because he is individual for shooting. That's interesting.
Have a go.
No, I think I'm going to shoot these dogs.
Okay. Try and see if you can waver them again. Well, the fresh ones.
With the right hand ones. So 5 on 5s. 2. 2s. 2.
Okay.
We'll shoot the other dogs with this one. So 5s. 3. And 2s. 3!
Takes them to
6.
6. They'll probably disappear.
They're dead. And I think that's all my shooting. Because, yeah, I'm bad at this game. So, Nerf.
So these guys.
So left hand.
Yeah, they're on
dogs.
2 at the moment.
That's a reroll, definitely. 12.
Yeah, he's got Inspiring Talisman, the guy with the red
What are
hat.
they? 9/11, yeah.
They're low. That's far too many
Morbius is a
numbers.
9/11. So again. Oh.
3.
They're feeling fine. Oops.
We'll take that.
Wiz is we should be more prepared. It's a professional 9/11 as well.
Just roll really low or really high, and we'll be fine.
That's 8. He's okay.
Yeah.
Other Morbius are on 6.
Should disappear. No.
Double 1.
Why? We'll take that.
Why? Alright, that was terrible.
And then we've just got
Combat.
this combat here. Just want to point out he actually moved his dragon back and then he shifted it in my turn.
This is
Because it's a friendly game, I'll let him do it.
it was my intention that he was facing forward and I couldn't see from here. Shut up. 13 on freeze. That's 12. Oh no. 10. 11.
So some dead sniffs coming up. I think.
2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. What's the nerve?
Probably 14, 16, something like that.
The regiment's 12, 14.
Yeah.
So 10.
10, so
Plus the, so it's 15, yep.
sorry, on
14 on the second roll.
and they are dead.
Yep. And then to reform, so we don't want to be flanked by them. So I'll just turn, I can't really see properly, but the idea is that they're both in the front.
It's the idea, that is his idea.
But if I can't do it, it will be, I'll have a think.
Right.
Let's turn the camera off, I'll do it now.
Okay.
Alright, so I had a little think, and what I've done is I've turned him so that he, the warlord's in my flank, but he can't charge me because there's enough room.
It won't fit.
So he's got a front charge from the sniffs, if he wants to take a charge rather than shoot me, which would be
silly.
Would be silly. So there we go. On to turn 2 for the Goblin.
Alright, Goblin turn 2. So I think, I know actually I've made a mistake there with the Demon because while I've protected against flank charges, which is probably sensible with the Goblin King because he's one of the only units that can actually punch, of course my raise token is here, right? And this is just over 3. So I have my opportunity there to get my first raise token. If I'd have backed him up, I probably would have had the same effect on the Goblin King as him being able to touch me. And I would have got my token, and I would have prevented his sniffs potentially from coming past me. But I didn't, so there you go, you live and learn. So the first thing he did was, of course, shoot the sniffs around to the side, so he can carry on shooting me, and I can't see anything now. Because as you saw, you know, the demon is facing that way. So the line of sight is like here, so I can't see anything. So there you go. That's a good move. And then this unit of rabble jumped up onto the hill. Oh no, that's not rabble, that's spitters. He's moved off the hill because there's nothing they can see now from behind the hill because the demon is out of the way. So the spitters needed to move, so they're on a hill so they can shoot with impunity, although they've moved this turn. And he's moved his little trombone battery up behind them. Chariots have stayed where they are. This Morbius pack has jumped forward because the Blight are threatening and he doesn't want them to be charging into his spitters. And they're already on 6 wounds, so they're pretty dead already. Thanks to that double 1. So then this unit of rabble has just turned and moved a little bit, which allows this Wiz who's getting shot before to move across. Now, of course, the more astute rules people among you will realise that I wasn't shooting with cover because when you're on a hill with the current rules, anything under that height of that hill in front of you doesn't count for cover, so I could have shot without cover, but there you go, I didn't. And actually, if you look at the dice roll, I didn't roll any 4s anyway, so it's entirely irrelevant. And then the other Morbius pack has also moved up to chaff my shock troops. The shock troops are going to have to charge them next turn. And nothing else moved. Everyone just sat there, ready to prime their bows for the next turn. So let's take a look at Goblin shooting. Turn 2.
Okay, we're on to Ross's turn 2. Turn 2, Jesus. Okay, what were we shooting first?
We'll do this dude on the guy, hits on 4s. That is 3, 4.
And 5s. 1, 2, 3. Jesus. He's up to 6. It's not looking good for little demon face.
Take 6 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so SNIFFS behind him. I've got nimble. So it's 5s. No, not too bad.
That's pretty blooming good. However, that is not good. That was no wounds.
So we'll have a blizzard. You can just about see through into the. We might as well. Hey, 2 hits.
Unbelievable. For 2 damage. Blast 2.
Anything
Twos.
but. It's 2 wounds on the slaves.
Yep.
Is it
Slaves.
16? Is it 16?
Ronnie can look after the dice.
Chariots onto the same unit.
5s
5s. That is 4.
and 2s.
4 more.
They're on 6 with no inspiring because I forgot.
The shooters moved onto the hill, so they're going to get -1, so they're going to hit certain 6s, and we may as well shoot the same unit. That is 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 4. Yeah, 3.
3 wounds. And then we've got 2 wizards here with lightning bolt. So they're not too worried. So are they on the hill still?
I would say they're on a hill. Yeah.
So we'll have a go at them with some lightning bolts. Try and start make a. Any cover? No cover?
Yeah, cover your own units.
Okay, no hits then.
Oh no, you 2. No, yeah, because they only height 3. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I had 2 on there, those things, yeah. And then we've got a little bit shooting over here. I need to just try and stop these guys. So there's 20 dice, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out. So first one's, you're already on 5 wounds.
5s.
5s, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So the
That's a
ones.
6.
Is it though?
It is.
Is it though?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
On the slaves, yeah?
Yeah.
They're up to 11.
What are they?
13, 15 in a minute because there's a rally.
Ah, I might as well shoot them again. That's pretty good.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more.
Okay, well they're on a 16, which is well above their nerve limit, so they're double
And then
ones.
we'll have the shooters over here at the shock troops.
On 5s.
Oh wow, that's
On here.
that's not too bad. That's about half of
That's
them.
obscenely good. Since when does spitters hit that hard?
But
Offense 4. 2.
yeah,
I'll take that roll all day. See, that's Karmic God coming around. Karmic God. Karmic.
these guys.
Jesus.
No double 1, hopefully.
Yeah, they're gone.
These guys, we want a double 6.
You've
No.
not got a double 6. You've got a 4.
These I didn't do any
You didn't
2.
shoot anything. No. You got the slaves over here. 9 plus 4. What's that? 13.
13.
Did you just count your fingers?
Yeah, wavered.
They are a 13, 15 because of rally. Yeah, they're wavered.
And your guy, he's on
6. 16, 18. 11, 17. He is wavered.
played for.
This happens again and again and again. Let's get near you. Waving. Look at this happy man.
I haven't done much else.
Alright, on to turn 3 for the rats. So the left side, I've not really got enough units there to deal with the amount of shooting that he's got, but he outdrops me and he's spread across, so at this point I'm kind of forgetting about that raise token. I'm just hoping to keep him off his raise token. Because I've moved these slaves across, but they need to turn, so they can't get within range. They are undoubtedly going to get shut off next turn because they're already on 9 wounds. So that is bad times. I could have, I suppose, moved the shock troops over and hope they survive one more turn just to get that token, but I really need to take out some units. So we don't have a choice actually. I could have moved left, I guess, but I wouldn't have got within 3 inches of the token, so I've gone into the More Beasts. That does allow the wizard to jump up, so they're not on the hill now. They're on that wall, but the wizard is on the hill, so it's warlock. So he can lightning bolt across, and I've remembered this by this point that there's no cover, so I can carry on lightning bolting those wizards, and he also provides inspiring. The Blight, of course, took the charge into the Morbies because I really need to get into those main block of units there, and the Blight aren't worried about shooting because of stealthy. So these three then move across, so the Spitters being on the hill means I can get an unblocked view of them from all three of my super duper shooter units. Where's the standard bearer? He's around there, so that's right. He's between two of them as well, so there's 40 breath going onto them, which is going to be fun for me. Then I jump, so the wavered unit of slave stays there, and I jumped these shock troops over. So there is the SNIFFS on the right there, but I don't think he's going to charge me. I think he wants to carry on shooting the demon. So I've tempted him with a flank to see whether he takes it, and then I forgot to move the demon again. Now, if you watch my last tournament report, I forgot my demon on turn 2 that time. This time I forgot him on turn 3, so I don't move him. He's wavered, but I could at least have moved him around the back of the house because he gets 1 turn if he reverses and goes 5, so that the warlord king couldn't shoot him this turn as well. But I completely forgot, and you will see me make puppy dog eyes once again at Russell, who will steadfastly ignore me and refuse to let me move him, which is fair enough. Poor play from me, but let's see how this goes. I'm just trying to get into them as quickly as possible, and it's not working.
Alright then, so as I walk into the Moors of Death, so we are going to shoot 3 open teams at Spitters without cover. So that's 30 on 4s, and they defense 4s and it's 3 Spitters.
Oh, I'd imagine they're defense 3. It's actually been a while since I've used this army. Got to be defense 3, surely.
Surely.
Got to be. Defense 3.
There's once again we look it up live on the wherever it is. It's a bit ours.
I can fast forward
defense 3.
this bit.
2s. 30, 3s and 2s.
Nice.
4s and 2s, sorry, my bad.
Nice drop there.
Thanks, man. I like to keep my dice confined, you know. So that's not that great. That's alright.
You got +1, so it's 2s.
Yep, 2s. Couple of 1s there. 3 1s, 4 1s. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 damage.
Could have been worse.
Spitters are a 1921. So let's do the standard bearer. Oops. 2, 4, 6.
There he is, hiding in between them.
Yep, so 4s and 4s. 4s and 3s rather. 3s. Oh, that's a lot of 6s. Another 5.
4, 5.
So they're on 15.
Yep.
15. So I use 6 twice. Once or twice. Is that an inspiring dude there?
That is not.
So they're uninspired.
No, they're
so I
not.
use 6 once.
Yeah. Trouble with when your army's like just fills the whole board. You just.
Let's claw shot it. So 5s and 2s. 2 hits. 2s. 1. That was well worth it.
That was.
Lightning bolt. We're going to lightning bolt your inspiring wizard on 5s.
Okay.
Ah, no, it's not. There is no cover because you ignore anything of the height. It should have been no cover last time as well.
Never mind.
Because they're the same height as 4s. 4s and 3s. That's 3 hits. 3s. 2. Oh, I didn't move the demon.
Yeah, no, I spotted that. I was been distracting you with conversation.
I'm moving the demon anyway.
Are you what? you will.
Alright.
What do you reckon? Have a poll.
I shouldn't really.
I shouldn't really.
I did it in a tournament. In fact, in my last tournament report, I literally on turn 2, which is turn 3, I moved the demon. I had him in the perfect place. The perfect place. He couldn't be touched. So they moved stuff. Completely forgot him. And they charged him, and he ended up killing the unit. But yeah, no, I forgot to move.
Happy days. He's forgot all about him.
So dumb. So dumb. Alright, combat. Oh, nerve rolls.
Shooters.
Little wizard.
Wizard. 6, 7, 8.
He's alright.
And there wasn't any more for any more, was it? It was just the shooters.
Shooters, they
So
are.
nice and low. Oh.
Wavered him. I think that's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 wavered.
I think I'll take that.
Okay.
Gives you something else to shoot next turn, doesn't it, still?
Right, combat.
So combat, we've got...
So blight on these dudes.
This is, yeah.
So they came off the terrain because I'm rubbish, so 5s. Grid strength, so 2s. I'll pick up the hits because there'll be less of them. Oh. And 2s.
And then just do a
2,
nice...
4, 6, 8, 9.
Just do a nice quick nerve test and I'll take them off. Oh, I need to that double that one.
Either one. I guess that was it. Oh, let's overrun. You might as well, since you can shoot me with everything next turn anyway.
So those don't have any wounds on them, but
We'll overrun. Here we go. They're unwounded. It's a 6. So they end up here.
okay.
Not on the hill, fortunately, but a little bit in your face. Your chariots can flank charge me.
Yeah. Possibly. We'll have a look in my turn, see if these guys can get into
I
there.
think they can turn with the
Height
house.
2. Probably not, because the base is absolutely massively huge.
Oof. Well, that was stupid. Anyway, different then. And then shock troops, so just take 5 of them out. So 25 on 4s, because they're over a wall.
Here.
Elite ambitious. Oops. So elites. Rubbish. Take out the 3s. That was it.
Elite 2s, as you said?
Yeah. Crush 1. Vicious.
Probably
2,
enough.
4,
We've
6,
got
8, 10, 12, 15.
any troops, there's going to be like 8, 10 or something on it.
It's a 9, 11, yeah, I think. 7, yep.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
No inspiring. Away we go.
So where can your
He's
rabble
gonna go-
see? I've lost my laser.
Laser.
Is that your laser or my laser?
Yeah.
So I need to go forward pretty far to get out of that. And I'll get, well, those things coming. Oh no, I don't. I need to go forward. I need a 3 to get out of flank charge. Not that you can flank charge me because I'm in the front, so actually I don't care. Overrun. 1. Brilliant. Oop, at least I'm off that bloody
Hill.
hill.
Pretty sure that is it. Brilliant. Forgot his dragon.
Forgot my. It's not dragon, it's demon.
Alright, on to Russ's turn 3. So, the first thing he does is he shoots these guys forward as far as they can go, which is pretty far for these, of course, because what he's trying to get to is this raise token, which is pretty smart. I can get a rear charge here, but they're going to die because he's going to shoot them with these sniffs and with these guys, right? So they are going to die out, almost certainly. He's just checking, so then he's moved these sniffs back a little bit. So the reason being that he can't get out of my charge arc here, but he's now out of 12, so I can't reach him, which is pretty smart. And then he's moved these rabble slightly forwards because he's then out of charge here, so I can't just charge him with my blight. I don't think I could have turned though from where I was because I didn't. I mean, a 6 overrun was more than I wanted. And then he's moved these guys just slightly back, I think, to allow them to move forward. So that is, I think, all the movement that he did. I think there was some shuffling of the trombones, but the trombones are actually quite stuck. They can't get to shoot to anything good, which I'm really happy about because I think, to be honest, for his whole army, this battery of trombones, his 3 trombones here, is kind of his most deadly bit. So the fact that he can't trombone anything yet, I'm really happy about. And then he left the sniffs and the king where they are because he just wants to shoot my demon off, which is pretty sensible. So that is the end of his turn 3 movement. Let's take a look at what he does.
All right, so that's this shambles of a game. I'm already messing up. What we do?
Deja vu. These guys are going to shoot the
Demon.
demon.
That I forgot to move.
That you forgot to move and can't see anything. So chariot.
Wow, that is what I like to see.
Caught on film. So that's nothing.
Okay.
20 dice. 2, 4, 6. So this is the SNIFFS. So if I don't hit or wound with anything, it's actually karma.
That'd be great.
For you not.
So you're going to hit, right? There's several hits there. 3, 4 hits. I get 5 hits. That one.
Oh yeah. And that again
5.
though.
No, all misses.
Oh,
Demon is back in action.
would have been nice to do a wound.
Danger Mouse is back on the case.
Grab 2 more for my chariots.
Yes,
into
onto
here.
shot troops. 4s and 5s and 4s.
Yeah, that isn't 2.
You are rolling 5s like a boss.
And then rolling 1s and 2s for wounds. So
Defense 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
4 for them.
Shooters are wavered.
Wavered.
He's going to just sneak through and see if he can roll. This tiny gap. He's got 2 hits again. 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4s. I think 4s.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Jeez.
5, 6.
Jesus.
Better.
Blizzard.
And these 2 are going to have a go at lightning bolting your
Wizard, yeah.
wizard. 2 hits, probably defense 4. So that.
Karma.
And running out of stuff to shoot. So 20 dice here. So we're going to do.
One of your sniffs
I'll do my shooters because I've got 20 dice in my hand.
onto these blades,
Onto
yeah?
the slaves. I'm going to throw it in this gap here.
5s. 2, 3, 4, 6. It's very. Tell you what, you're off the scale percentage wise. 2s.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So they are now up to 13.
So that's double 1, isn't it?
They are a 13, 15.
Yeah, so at double 1. So we'll have 2, 4, 6 out. We'll have the unit of these guys shooting into your shot troops.
That's 5. What is going on?
God!
What is going on?
1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
5. It's literally just from nothing to more than I should do and all over the place.
7 wounds on the shot troops.
So I'm pretty sure that is everything's fired. I haven't got any combat, so it's nerve tests.
So these shot troops are on 10.
9.
That's 19. Again, please. No, they're 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 2022, aren't they, shot troops? Let me just check that before I lie to you. Shot troops are a 2022. They're fine. Whew.
Other shock troops. 12.
Did you see that? What's 12 and 7? We're so bad at maths. It's really embarrassing. So 19. So they're
waving because
also,
it's double 6.
I was hoping they'd be dead. That is disastrous.
And this is the one I don't want to double 1 on. 5.
Again.
7.
This game is not going very well. I'd just like to say it is not going well.
On to turn 4. So turn 4 for the rats. So the left-hand flank. This is not going well at all. So these guys can't move. Well, they can move. They're wavered, so they could reverse or turn, but I don't. And you notice something is missing. So I think when Russ was checking, there was a range, like a line of sight marker here. This wall should be here or here-ish, and it's not. And that's important for next turn, but we will come to that. So the Blight go into the Spitters to finish them off because I couldn't really charge anything else. I couldn't get the turn to charge past. I would have liked, actually, if I'd have gone less far forward, I would have gone into the Rabble here, but I couldn't, so I go into the Spitters. And that means that my weapon teams and the Standard Bearer, so the Standard Bearer is actually here, move up, and that's because the only thing I can shoot is this regiment of chariots here, so I'll be breathing on them. And then I moved the slave unit all the way forward. So I jumped over my shock troops to offer a barrier because the shock troops are on 10 damage. That's not good. 10 damage is well within danger zone for a horde, even a 2022 horde, because a few more wounds and they are easily rollable off. So the shock troops, and I moved them up behind to, because I think a flank charge from SNIFFS at that point would have been really bad. So I just protected against that. They can still move over and shoot me. Let's see how that goes. And I remember to move the demon this turn. I jumped him over here, so he is between the warlord, sorry, the king, and the chariot, so he's an inch away from both. Neither can see me without moving, although the warlord can do, obviously, nimble. But from there, I can lightning bolt any of the weapon teams, trombones, which I intend to do. Yeah, and I left the claw shots where they are, which, yeah, I'm not sure I should have done, really. So I think, you know, I should have been using my claw. They've got unit strength, and I've got tokens to collect, and I haven't been collecting them, particularly this one over here. Right, now I don't want the SNIFFS to shoot me, but realistically, I think I move this one next turn, and really I should have started moving it this turn to get to 4. So it's a turn too late, but there you go. Likewise, these guys, I think there's nothing really they can do a lot to, apart from pip damage onto these rabble hordes. If I started to move those forward, it would have given them a bit more protection from the SNIFFS, because these SNIFFS here, next turn, are obviously going to come and get this token, and actually he can shoot me from there. So if I'd have moved them forward, I would have lost a turn of shooting, but I'd been protected for an extra turn as well. So there you go, hindsight and all that kind of stuff. Let's see how the turn went.
Right, I've remembered to move everything this time.
He nearly forgot his demon again.
Okay, we're going to lightning bolt one of your wizards. That's the inspiring one. So 4s and 3s.
Okay.
2. 1. He's up to 3. Demon is going to lightning bolt a trombone. Let's lightning bolt the damaged one.
Okay, got 2 wounds on it.
So I'm height 4, but there's height 3 chariots in the way, so it's 5s. 2. And 3s. 1.
It's enough,
3.
that's a test.
Okay, all 3 weapon teams on your chariots.
Yeah.
That's going to be 30 on 5s.
On 5s.
5s and 3s because they're
3s.
piercing 1. I'll pick up the hits because there's enough this time. That's like a Russell roll. That's a Russell level roll.
Yeah, but now you need a Russell roll for wounds.
Yeah, but I'm rolling on 3s rather than 5s. That's alright.
That's enough, that's plenty. They are on 3 already.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
So 13.
Also.
So just roll either really high or really low.
I'm finished shooting, yeah?
Okay, I need to check their nerve then.
So I put a 10 there for you, so don't forget. You're on 13 now, yeah?
Yep.
So, just some dice, there you go.
Some dice.
What's their nerve? 14, 16? Or 12, 14 is 12, 14, isn't it? They're on 13 moves, it's double 1.
They had a slight boost in the cockbook, so I think they're dash 20.
Can't see anything else, it's really irritating me. So these, the claw shots. Where's my laser gone? I keep putting it
Right
down.
next to you.
Well, oh. So they can see rabble.
So you're going to remember to shoot them this turn?
Yeah. I remember to do all of them. How far is 36 inches? That's a good question. Not that far. Is that far? So rabble, can't see, can't see, can't see, can't see, can see, but what's the point? They're already on double 1s. Can't see because of the wood. So I guess I'll shoot the rabble. And these ones, same problem.
Hills in the way.
Can see, can't see. It's rabble. Oh, can I see them? No.
Not quite.
They're dead. So rabble. 15 on the rabble in the middle.
These ones.
So, get all the big dice and take out 5 of them. On 4s.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no cover.
Defense 3 for Rebel.
Defense 4.
Defense 4.
Filth.
Still 2s. Piercing 2. 4s.
It doesn't look great.
It doesn't. But this is my life now, so I have to live this way. 2s.
Oh, yeah.
3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Okay. 3 wounds in a Rebel.
Yep.
Right, let's do some nerves. Wiz.
Wizard.
3 wounds.
3.
He's 9.
He
12.
inspires himself because he's got the talisman. Oh, we'll take that. That was a 4 if he didn't quite catch the dice.
War Trombone. That's dead.
War Trombone is
19 and 12.
dead.
Chariots, double anything but double 1. Dead.
Inspiring because their mates.
Oh, so made the warlord. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
It's still dead.
Still dead. So we'll take those off in a second.
Yep, Chariot's gone.
They're dead.
Alright, let's do combat. So blight into these guys. They've already got 16 wounds.
16. Yeah.
We should roll it? Roll it.
Don't really want you to roll it, to be honest. I think we could probably do a nerve test.
Just
and
a 1.
Probably nearly break them just on what the wounds are already on. 8, and there's no inspiring.
He's out, isn't he? So they're gone.
I'd imagine he's out, so they're gone. We'll take those off in a second. Well, I can do that now.
There you go. Look at that multitasking.
Whoa.
He's a talented gentleman. And so those chariots are gone as well, so we don't really care now. So is there where's my tokens? Is there a token under here somewhere? Oh, here's one. I'll have that.
We're not actually playing the scenario, are we?
Yeah, I thought I'd play the scenario just for giggles.
Okay.
Combat, is that it? Yeah, because they're
it.
wavered. So disappointing. Right, your turn 4.
Right, on to Goblin turn 4. So, the first thing as predicted, the SNIFFS move down in turns so they can raise that token. I raised the token behind the blight, so it is 1 to me at this time, but he's going to get 1 back pretty immediately. And then the Spits couldn't see anything, so they have moved for the first time. So they'll be shooting on 6s, but they're still shooting. And then this Rabble Horde has just moved forward. So he's not charging anything because he doesn't want to charge. That's not their point. The idea is just to try and shoot as much stuff as possible. And those shock troops are on 9 wounds already, so now he's going to have quite a lot of shooting focused on them from all of the other units. So he's going to have these SNIFFS here, these Spitters. These SNIFFS, I think, can see them with cover, so he may shoot them, or he may choose to shoot down here. So then, the 2 Wizards moved up, 1 for Inspiring, 1 for Lightning Bolt, because he's determined to get my Warlock off, which sounds sensible. And then this Rabble move, so he didn't charge, because they'd be ensnared. So he's moved up just kind of to block, really, because he's then put a Trombone up to the Demon, who he's hoping to shoot off, because he's got this Trombone, this Wiz and Trombone, and this Warlord. All of whom are going to shoot the Demon, and hopefully he'll actually hit him this turn. And then these SNIFFS have moved forward because their intention. So first they're going to try and shoot off these shock troops who are already on 10 wounds. And the next turn he can come down here and claim this token. So it's looking quite positive. So that's where we are for Goblins. I say positive, not for me. Let's go and look at how the turn went.
Let's roll some dice. Turn 4 for the noble Goblins.
These are making a dash for the burn loot counter here.
Yeah.
Those are on the loot counter.
So you can burn that one.
So we can burn that one, and then hopefully we're going to take these shock troops off with some shooting.
Yeah, but that looks very likely.
And he's going to die, and then these guys are hopefully going to take your demon out.
Yeah, so it's going to be the end of the game for me, and then I'll be really sad.
So we're going to see if the king can make up for his abysmal roll.
5s.
4s.
4s. That's better. Much better.
5s.
5s.
1. Better than nothing.
So he's on 7 now.
It's a roll. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then we've got a trombone.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I do. Actually, got 2 trombones.
4s and 4s.
Just do them both at the same time.
I'm nervous.
Take the misses out. That's pretty good.
It's not bad.
And 2s, isn't it?
Shut up. 4s and 4s. That's what I like to see. 2, 3.
4. I'll take it.
So 4. So he's up to
11.
That's not great.
What's
For
his
him.
nerve?
16, 18, because he's not rallied.
We'll have a blizzard on him.
1.
3.
5s.
One more. Great. Any more for any more over there?
We've got some lightning bolts.
We have got some lightning bolts. I don't think I'm going to need it. They're going to be dead next turn. The one's in. Second one's in. Might as well make sure of it. 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Very good.
And 4s again.
One more. What's he on now?
13. So that's the sacred number, isn't it? That's the wrong game.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You just knocked your wizard over.
We'll do some shooting here on the shock troops for 5. Hit,
2, 3.
hit.
Holy cow.
And
3s?
4.
No, 4s.
1. It's a test then.
Up to 11.
And then we've just got this nice little
Yeah, these
go
guys
here.
are completely dead.
hopefully.
Wasn't there a wall there? There was definitely a wall there.
There was a wall there, but I moved it.
Oh, you moved it off? That's just say, where's the wall?
That's it.
They're actually on the wall.
That's a bit better for you.
So there's cover, right?
There is cover.
Thank God.
So that's 1,
That
2.
just sounds like, hang on, where's the wall?
So this is off here.
Right.
So that's 1.
1. They're on 10 now.
Yep. Can't get away with it because you just rewind it, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, I'm like that. We'll be editing it going, they're dirty red.
So these have moved.
So 7s, 10.
It's going to be half dice. But there's nothing else for them to do.
1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5,
5,
6.
6.
Who rolls? Who rolls 6 6s?
1, 2, 3, 4. That's
4.
about right, isn't
To
it?
14.
That's statistically about right, I think.
No, it is not.
And then I can just about see
Yep.
over here, and I'm going to go for it. 1.
Ah.
Didn't wound. What a waste of time.
Ah. Oh well, that's not as bad as I thought it might be. I'm glad I remember that wall.
Right, that is everything. So we've got...
Demons on 13. 13. Oh,
11.
that's definitely dead. Reroll.
And 10.
Jesus, he's so dead.
Right, he did quite a bit though, didn't he?
No, he didn't do it. Would I like to see my beautiful demon? Anyway, he's dead.
Shock troops, I definitely did 1 wound to him, I think.
Yep, he did.
8.
8 and
10, 18.
And they are
okay.
a 2022. In fact, they were a 21, 23 with rally from that blight unit.
These I did a cheeky amount of wounds.
14.
2, 4, they're going to be okay, so they can hit them next turn.
Yeah.
And that is about it, isn't it? But
I think it's going as planned for you, isn't it, really?
And I'll obviously burn this.
Yeah, burner taken. 1 all. On to turn 5.
And on to turn 5 for the rats. Now, interestingly, that whole wall shenanigans, I think, was quite decisive because you saw Russ put the wall back so the unit was like here. I think when he took the wall away, I was possibly over the wall. And I only realised this looking back when I've been editing this battle report, looking at it thinking, actually, when he took the wall away, I was on the wall. So when he came to shoot me, and okay, I was wavered last turn, so I might be able to, probably couldn't move actually off the wall. So theoretically, he shouldn't have been on double there, and he would have had cover from these guys. There probably would have been cover because they're in the front from these guys, but he would have had 20 shots from the spitters on 6s. So I don't know if that would have made a difference. He rolled pretty low on the nerf roll, but it's always worth making sure when you take Sweeney off, you put it back, because that could have been important. As it happens, I've charged in anyway over the wall, so I'm still hitting on 4s. And then the wizard has now moved off the hill because he doesn't like being on the hill with all these guys shooting. So he's moved off, so he can still inspire the shock troops, but he can now lightning bolt these guys. And then a turn too late, I've decided to move the claw shots forward. So really that 3 damage into this horde of rabble might really not have been worth it. But so I've moved them up, so they're behind the hill, and also so this one is within 3 of this token, right? So if he does move his spitters forward and doesn't kill them, SNIFFS, onto the hill to try and contest it, I can contest. So he can't raise that token next turn, because if he moves 10, he won't be in 3. If he moves 20, he can't shoot me. So that's saved me 1 turn of that token going, even if I've done it too late. So then this one, again, a turn too late, but I've shot it up 12 this time. So my plan here is I will turn, so the weapon teams, so the blight have gone in there. 3 weapon teams have moved across. I am pretty confident they will be able to shoot off this SNIFFS regiment. So that then next turn I can turn and move 6. If there is a turn 7, I can then move 12 and claim this token. That's my plan, because I won't be able to do anything about this SNIFF unit over here. So no matter what happens, he will be able to get that token next turn. So at the moment I'm looking at a draw on turn 6, because he will have 1 and 2. So he'll have the one he's already gained and this one. I will have the one I've already taken off from here, and I'll be able to claim the centre, because I don't think he'll be able to out-unit strength me. So I'm looking at a draw. If there's a turn 7, I will get a win, potentially, if I can claim this token. So, a bit tense. There we go. And then last but not least, alright, so I moved, so I decided that 30 breath was enough for the SNIFFS. So I moved the standard bearer up on the hill so that I can, because I think these guys aren't on the hill, so I can then use his diadem on the trombone that's here. And then these slaves have gone into this trombone in the flank, so I didn't need a yellow belly test. Now, this is, I'm kind of interested here, because I wanted to go into this wizard over here, this whiz with them. And even got to the point, I rolled the yellow belly and they passed it. And then we looked at it and thought, oh, actually, I can't make it with the turn. I can't get through here. But I'd already rolled the yellow belly, so what happens at that point? Anyway, we kind of disregarded it. I went to the flank of this trombone instead. So if you know what I should have done there, please do let me know. Anyway, let's have a look at my turn 5.
So I'm slightly uncomfortable on this side of the board, but I'm just going to pretend that's not happening. That's not happening. Right, Inspiring Wizard, die, Lightning Bolt, 4s, 3s, 2 more, he's on 5. 30 breath on these SNIFFS. That is not the best, but it's okay.
Yeah, I think you'll be alright. Only defense 3, so it'll be 2s.
Okay. And 2s. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13.
Yeah.
Okay. 6, 8, 10. Okay, the standard bearer then will turn and do trombone.
Okay, fresh. You're not obviously in any cover because you're on the hill.
4s. Oh, rubbish. 4s.
4s again.
Oh, 2.
Take that, it's a test.
Everything else moved or is dead. So let's do some nerve on your wizard. 5 damage. And again. Die!
Okay. What was that?
Yep.
Quite far back then. That is a 7. So he's dead.
Trombone.
Trombone's on 2, 4, 4, 6, 7, 8. I think they're 8, 10.
They're in. Oh, are they? I thought they were in 11.
I hope so. I don't think they are though.
Let's look. Trombone is an 8-10, so he's wavered. I'll put the token right there, you go. He's wavered. He's wavered, which is great news for everyone. And the SNIFFS. The ones.
On 13.
Yep.
And they are dead.
Bosh. Goodbye, SNIFFS. Good,
So,
everyone is glad. That's me.
oh, and then we're on to combat. So we've got some rabble.
So let's do the slaves into this trombone for a laugh.
Yeah.
So it's for 36 dice on 5s and 4s. So this is 30.
I think they're just outside of inspiring as well.
Here we go. Go slaves! Wow! Take out the misses. Okay. That's not bad. I think that's amazingly good. And 6 more. Oh, that's less good. Alright. So all of that on 4s. Santa Bear's just fallen over in shock. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So he's a double 1.
Okay.
Here comes that double 1. Nope, that's an 8. The trombone is gone! So we will... it's a slave unit, I don't really care. We'll back up D3.
Which is a 1.
Oop. There you go. Stand up, man.
And then we've got this one.
Right.
Rabble. 3
That's
wounds.
the Rebel, so 30 on 4s and 3s. Rebel defense 4?
24. Cushion defense 1 of them.
Correct. Santa Bear's gone. Must buy new heals. 4s.
Doesn't look brilliant.
Well, you know, dice, they can betray you. I think that's alright.
That's not too bad, actually.
And 3s. That's rubbish. 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
9, 10,
The
11.
Blight! 11, also nerve.
Just roll. High.
Rabble. They are a 19, 21. They've got 11. That's a 6, that's 17. So they're okay. Now it's time. So that's like that. Shock troops.
Shock troops. These rabble are fresh.
I bet you the shock troops kill them in 1, even on 4s.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
And, well, you're going to shoot me off next turn, so.
So yeah, disorder. Good disorders on a hill. No, a wall even. So you put the wall back on.
We have 4s and 3s. With elite. That's good. Yeah, so 3s. Vicious. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 wounds.
15. So yeah, could very well do it in one go. There's no inspiring over there because you killed my wizard.
Here we go. 7. That'll do it.
That's it.
22.
Yeah.
22. Yeah.
Gone.
And what do I do about that? Well, they can go. I just turn around, so I can sit behind the wall again, which I was enjoying very much. Turn like that, and hide behind this wall, and you can just shoot me all day. Yeah, nothing I do. You can shoot me off it. You can. What's the chances? You know.
Happy days.
No.
Yep.
Anything else? No.
So, Goblin turns 5. So this sniff unit just moved over so I couldn't charge him, so he's outside my charge arc. And can also shoot me without cover. And likewise, this sniff unit moved over. Now I think actually from where they, because this hill is so badly made, I think like that. I might be wrong because I can't remember. Let's find out when we look at the clip. Whether he just shot at my shock troops, whether he shot at this unit here. I think no. I think I'm wrong about that because so this whiz moved over here, and this whiz moved over here. So the idea of these guys, I think, is that they're going to lightning bolt down here. So these guys are going to just finish off the shock troops. So I don't think he's particularly worried about this token because he's going to try and lightning bolt off this unit, which he can. Yeah, it's lightning bolt 6, or it's blizzard actually. Blizzard and lightning bolt 3. And then he'll be able to raise the token because I was wrong. He can get within 3 with 10 forward. So there you go. And nothing else moves. The warlord is still over here, but he hasn't moved him because he just wants to shoot, I think, these slaves. And I don't think he's charged back in with the rabble. Which I think, two turns of charging with the rabble might have done something to those blight, but he chose not to, which is fair enough because I think he wants to keep his shooting options open. So that is the movement for turn 5 goblins. Let's take a look.
All right, so we're going to shoot off this horde.
I'm going to go over here first.
Oh right, yep. Shoot off this slave unit. Yep.
Yeah.
3 twos, 2. They're up to 6, 9, 10, 11 wounds.
There's not much else I can shoot at them, so that'll have to do.
Got a wizard.
Yeah, but the blizzard wizard is going to have a go at them.
Okay.
One hit.
2.
1. It's a test. We'll take that.
I think they're an 8-10, so I shouldn't worry about it.
And then we've got. I couldn't be bothered to put them in. Pointless. So we've just got this shooting here. So 2 lots of sniffs. 2, 4, 6, 5s because we've gone round the wall.
1. Still more hit, 1 there. Your 5 rolling today is insane.
2. It probably evens itself out when you get the wounds in there.
Again.
1, 2, 3, once, another one.
2. That's more like it. That's still a lot.
I
1,
think
2.
that was 2.
So we're up to 18 now, which is not good. It's not a great place to be.
And then we've got 6s from the shooters.
And the spitters. 1,
2, 3.
Amazing. Which is ironically how high we can count.
2 more.
2 more. They're on 20, so 20, 22, so.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can this guy see? Can just about see the end one.
With cover.
Yeah, I'll take that. But yeah.
Yeah, it's within range.
It's within range, so
5s? No.
Don't worry about it. Right then, let's break out some dice. So nerve test on the slaves here, something reasonable.
4. So they are currently a 14, 16 because of 2 rally.
14, 15.
So they're wavered.
Better than nothing. That comes
Swap,
off.
swap the old waiver token there.
And here, 7.
Again, inspiring. And they're very dead.
5.
Didn't really get to do anything. Which is your plan, which is great.
And then we've got 1 lucky little one here.
1 damage here.
9.
So they
10.
are. They're dead. They're on 8-10, I think. I should remember my own list. Yep, 1's dead. Very well done.
Easy peasy.
Good roll. Good roll.
Your last turn because I'm going home.
Alright, on to turn 6. So we've done some counting, and it's getting quite late. Hence Ross saying, oh yeah, last turn, we'll see. So my turn 6, so my left flank having completely disintegrated, I've only got a wizard left, a warlock left, so he's moved back. I think, we forgot about the token, but I think he did raise it, so it's fine. So the warlock moved back because I want to take off something with him in lightning bolt, but I also want him to be within inspiring range of the last claw shot, the second last claw shot. The blight went into the rabble to finish them off, and then I moved this trombone weapon team down. I wanted to move them all onto the hill, but if I'd have moved them all onto the hill, I wouldn't have been able to turn the shock troops. So they moved down, and then these two moved up onto the hill, which allowed me to then turn these shock troops 90 degrees. The slaves are wavered, so they just stay there. And then I move these guys forward 6 as planned. So if there is a turn 7, because we are going to roll for a turn 7, they can move and get that token. So that was my turn 6. Not a lot left to do. Let's look at it.
Turn 6.
Turn 6, really quickly. Lightning bolt of the wizard. What's your lightning bolt sniffs? Let's lightning bolt sniffs. 5. 2. 2. And we will shoot the shoot your Blizzwiz because he's annoying me. 6s, I mean 5s. 1, twos. 1.
Yep, 1 wound.
And then we will 1 weapon team on a trombone.
Yeah, shouldn't take too much more than that.
So 4s and 3s. Well, if I roll like that. 3.
That puts him on to 5.
Okay, other one on your Bliss Wisdom.
Yep.
Ironically, they're not on the hill, and he is, so you can see over them. So, 5s for individual. Do we do 5s for individual?
We know how to play, don't we?
No, not really. Let's say 4s.
You've not really rolled very many 4s, have you?
1 4 out of that. So 1, 2, 3 wounds on him. So he's up to 4.
4.
Standard bearer on him. So 4s and 4s.
Again, there's only
Might be
1
cheating.
4 there, so you're going to double 1 it anyway for
Missed.
the nerve, aren't you? So
He missed everything. That trombone's in the. I mean, that war machine's in the way. That's all my shooting. Sniffs nerve. Double 6. 9. So that's fine.
Wizard. Wizard.
6 and he's 10.
10 is probably
He's
enough.
way, but he's 9 isn't he?
Oh,
We should really learn this game. If we're going to put YouTube videos, 9/11, so he's wavered. Yeah, my waver token off my slaves. Other trombone.
Yep.
That's an 8/10. He's dead.
8-10.
Alright, combat. So, light into your dudes.
On 11 wounds.
4s and 3s.
How many is that?
Lots. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
10, 11, 21. Even we can add that up.
And they're dead.
Yeah, these bad boys are gone.
We stay there because we're on the center token. And we're quite happy with that. So let's just. Actually, still off the hill. It's their wounds. And that's it. Your turn 6, my friend.
Boom.
Hurry, hurry, hurry. You gotta go home.
Alright, Goblins turn 6. So, it looks like he didn't raise the token, but he will do this turn. So, Spitters moved forward because they couldn't see or shoot at anything. And these Spitters moved up onto the hill. Properly onto the hill, so they turn so they can actually shoot something. And then, in move of the match, nearly, the Warlord moved around the corner. So, my plan, which was to come over here and get this token, is potentially under threat. Here. So, let's see. And that was all he did for turn 6 because that's all that's left pretty much apart from the sniffs at the top which didn't move. Oh no, I'm sorry, I haven't put the arrow, but this was moved over here so he can't be shot anymore. Alright, you notice this standard bearer has been here the whole game. He does have lightning bolt, but we forgot, so there you go. On to turn 6 then.
Not much going on really. So
Some shooting.
what can he actually shoot anything? Pop it in, I suppose.
Yeah, so individual. So 6s.
6s. He's got a wound on him already. You never
Yeah.
know.
Well, you've been rolling. 14 6s. Oh, no, just the 1. 2.
2.
Turns 4. 1. He's up to 2.
It's a test. And then these may as well have a go at it as well.
Okay.
2 6s. Ha!
2 wounds, up to 4.
I love that blank dice.
Devastating.
Use it as anything.
Yeah. It's a 6.
And that's it. Oh, that literally is it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, this guy, 8.
9, 10, and 12. Reroll.
5.
So 9, which I think he says confidently. I'm holding this
Isn't
one.
enough to kill him, so it's, we don't have to worry about it in a second.
He's a 9/11. He's wavered.
And then these guys will
Devastating.
burn this.
Yep.
And then just out of curiosity,
Is there a turn 7? It's my go. That's your go. There is a turn 7.
there would have been.
That's pretty good. Quick, what can you play? What can you play?
So we quickly ran turn 7 against Russ's will. to be fair, he's like that. I have to go. I'm like that. No, I can win. So, basically, I shove them up here. And then we did some measuring. So I am within 3. And amazingly, this distance is 2.9. Yay! So I can raise that token. They moved forward. These guys moved up. So we didn't roll it, but he's very dead. Not that it really matters, but he's got blizzard, but there you go. We probably would have shot something with the claw shots. We didn't do that either. And he's wavered, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, at the end of the game, I have so there's a token under here I didn't capture. Here, I didn't get that one. I got the one that was here, and I've claimed that one on the last turn, and I have this one, so it ends up a 3-2. Although, fair to say, Russell is still disputing this. So, let's wrap it up. Hey, very lackluster dramatic pose there, but a Ratkin victory. Hurrah! Although, apparently we're officially calling this a winning draw to me and a losing draw to him. If you're interested on aggregate, first time I played Russ was before a tournament, and he was absolutely hammered, and I won. Second time was the elf battle where he trashed me. So if this is a, I'm air quoting here, draw, that makes us evens, which means the next match will be the decider to the death. Really appreciate Russ coming over and playing me. It's always a good laugh playing him. And I hope you enjoyed this battle report. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. And until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Death by Dragons.